Let's be brutally honest. Most men waste far too much time chasing women who were never interested from the very start. They ignore the cold signals, excuse the distance, and convince themselves she's just busy or needs more time. But here's the reality. When a woman isn't into you, she make it clear through her actions. The problem? Most men refuse to see it. They think persistence will change her mind when in fact it only lowers her respect. Women don't hide it as interest, they reveal it. 1. She delays or ignores your messages. When a woman is not interested in you, the very first place it shows is in her communication. She suddenly becomes too busy to reply. Leave your she delays or ignores your messages text unread for hours or days or respond with the kind of dry one word. Answers that kill any conversation. And here's the truth. Most men don't want to accept. People make time for what they care about. If she liked you, she wouldn't risk letting your message sit for so long. She'd want to engage. She'd want to keep the momentum alive, and she'd actually look forward to hearing from you. Instead, what you get is silence. Or worse, you get replies that feel like obligations, not genuine interest. You send a long text, she sends back, "Lo." You ask how her day was, she replies, "Fine." You try to make plans and suddenly she's not sure. Or maybe later. That's no attraction. That's avoidance disguised as politeness. Here's where men sabotage themselves. They convince themselves she's just bussy, that she has a lot going on, or that maybe she didn't see the message. And sure, anyone can miss a text once, I know well, but when it's consistent, when it's a pattern, that's disinterest. You're not her priority. You're her backup option for when she's bored. Picture this. You text her, "Hey, wanna grab coffee this weekend?" She doesn't reply for 2 days. Then when she finally does, it's something vague like, "Oh, I'll let you know." And of course, she never follows up. That's not scheduling conflict. That's her saying without words, "I'm not interested." Here's the reality check. When a woman wants you, she replies fast. She keeps conversations going and she makes plans clear. When she doesn't, she delay, ignore, or respond so coldly that you'll feel like you're pulling teeth. The longer you tolerate it, the more you'll teach her that she can put zero effort into you and still keep you chasing. So stop making excuses for unread message send half-hearted replies. If she wanted you, she'd show it. If she doesn't, she'd prove it by ignoring you. And the worst mistake you can make is ignoring the truth. 2. She always has an excuse not to see you. When a woman isn't interested, suddenly her schedule becomes the busiest thing in the world. She always has an excuse not to see you working late, has plans with friends, or just doesn't feel like going out right now. And while those excuses sound harmless, here's the brutal truth. People always make time for who they want. If she liked you, she would rearrange. She would compromise and she would find a way to see you. If she doesn't, she'd pile on excuses until you get the hint. Think about it. You suggest a simple dinner. She forgets. You ask her to grab coffee. She's too tired. You invite her to an event. She already promised someone else. And the worst part, she never suggests an alternative. That's the giveaway. When someone genuinely wants to spend time with you, even if they can't make it at that exact moment, they'll follow up with, "But I'm free Tuesday." Does that work? A woman who's not interested, she leaves it hanging, vague, unfinished base. She has no desire to lock anything down. Here's where a lot of men go wrong. They keep pushing. They think if I just suggest one more time, she'll finally say yes, but every new excuse she gives isn't a sign of busyness. It's a sign of disinterest. She's not waiting for her calendar to magically clear up. She's avoiding making time for you because she doesn't see you in that way. Picture this. You mentioned meeting up on Friday. She says she has family plans, fine, but then the following week, she's still busy. Week after week, the story doesn't change, yet you notice she still has time to post on social media, hang out with her friends, and live her life. So ask yourself, is she really busy or is she just busy for you? Here's the reality. Effort is the clearest measure of interest. If she wanted you, she'd find a way. If she doesn't, she'd keep hiding behind excuses until you finally stop asking. The longer you chase after someone who's too busy, the more you disrespect your own time. Don't ignore this sign because nothing screams I'm not interested louder than a woman who refuses to make space for you in her life. 3. Conversations feel forced and one-sided. One of the easiest ways to conversations feel forced and one-sided a woman isn't interested is in how she communicates. When you finally dog at a reply when attraction is real, conversations flow naturally. She asks you questions, laughs at your jokes, and keeps the energy alive. But when she doesn't see you that way, every exchange feels like dragging a dead weight to fill. You ask the questions, she gives short, empty answers. You try to share a story, she barely reacts. You attempt to build a connection and it's like talking to a brick wall. This isn't shyness. This isn't her being introverted. It's her not caring enough to invest in the interaction. If she liked you, even a quiet woman would find ways to engage you because attraction makes people curious. But when she's not interested, she does bare minimum to keep the conversation polite while mentally checking out. Here's an example. You text her, "How was your day?" She replies, "Good." You try to follow up. "What did you do?" She says, "Nothing muck." End of story. No follow-up, no flirt, no spark. Meanwhile, with someone she is interested in, she'll happily write paragraphs, share details, and keep the conversation alive without needing to be pushed. Men often misread this and think they're just not entertaining enough. They assume if they come up with funnier jokes, better stories, or clever texts, she'll magically become more engaged. But here's the reality. You can't entertain someone into being attracted to you. If she's not showing curiosity, if she's not contributing to the conversation, she doesn't want the connection. Picture this. You're sitting across from her at dinner. Every question you ask gets a short response. She doesn't ask you anything back. She's in her phone half the time, nodding along while barely listening. That's no interest. That's obligation. She's just passing the time. Here's the hard truth. Communication is energy. If she's giving you nothing, it's because she feels nothing. Don't fool yourself into thinking you can talk your way into her heart. If a woman wants you, she'll match your effort and make the conversation flow. If she doesn't, you'll always feel like you're pulling teeth. And that right there is a signal wasting your time. 4. She avoids being alone with you. When a woman isn't interested, she avoids being alone with you very thing she can to keep things in group settings or public situations. She won't outright say, "I don't want to be alone with you," but her actions will speak for her. She invite friends along when you make plans, suggest meeting only in crowded places, or somehow make sure there's always a buffer between the two of you. Why? Because being alone creates intimacy, and intimacy is the last thing she wants if she doesn't feel attraction. Think about it. When a woman likes you, she looks forward to those private moments. Even if it's something as small as a quiet walk or a car ride, she wants that space where connection deepens and chemistry can grow. But if she doesn't see you that way, she never let the situation get that personal. She laugh. She'll be friendly. She acts social, beautiful ways with other people around. Here's the mistake men often make. They tell themselves she's just shy or not comfortable yet or really close to her friends. But here's the blunt truth. Women who you will find ways to be around one-on-one. Women who don't will find excuses to make sure that never happens. Picture this. You invite her to grab dinner and she says, "Sure, let me bring my friend along." Or you ask her to hang out and suggest joining a big group instead. Or maybe you notice that every time you end up in a situation where it's just the two of you, she suddenly gets it short or creates a reason to leave. These are not accidents, these are signals. Here's the reality check. A woman avoiding being alone with you is her way of setting boundaries without having to spell it out. She's saying, enjoy you as a friend, maybe as company in a group, but I don't want anything deeper. The longer you ignore that, the deeper you bury yourself in the friend zone. So don't misinterpret her constant group hangouts as progress. If she wanted intimacy, she'd clear the space for it. If she avoids it, that's her silent way of telling you she doesn't see you as a romantic option. 5. Her body language. Her body language closes you out. Words can be polite, but body never lies. When a woman is interested, her body language will scream it louder than anything she could see. She angle her body away from you, cross her arms, avoid eye contact, and keep physical distance at all times. Instead of leaning in, she lean back. Instead of opening up, she create barriers. These subtle but powerful cues tell you exactly how she feels. And if you're paying attention, you'll know you're wasting your energy. Here's the contrast. A woman who likes you will naturally lean closer, hold eye contact, and find little excuses to break the touch barrier, brushing your arm, playfully nudging you, or simply standing closer than necessary. When shadowsent, you'll notice the opposite. She keep her phone in her hand like a shield. She keep her bag between you, or she physically step back when you move in. She doesn't have to say, "I'm not interested." Her body says it for her. Men often trip up here because they focus on words, not actions. She may still smile, laugh politely, or engage in conversation. And you convince yourself she's just a little shy, but pay attention to what her body is doing. If her posture is closed, if she avoids touch at all costs, if her energy feels like she's always trying to maintain distance, she's signaling loud and clear that attraction is not there. Imagine this scenario. You're sitting next to her, and every time you shift closer, she subtly shifts away. Or you try to hold eye contact and she looks down at her phone. Or you joke around and instead of playfully engaging, she just folds her arms tighter. That's not shyness. That's disinterest. Here's the harsh truth. You're not the movie hero who's going to win her over by breaking through her walls. Closed body language isn't a challenge, it's a rejection. And the more you ignore it, the more desperate you look. So respect what her body is telling you. Attraction is about openness, warmth, and closeness. If she's showing the opposite, distance, barriers, and avoidance, that's not a puzzle to solve. That's your signal to walk away with your dignity intact. 6. She flirts with other men in front. She flirts with other men in front of you. Few. If a woman is truly interested in you, she's not going to openly give her attention to other men when you're around. Her focus will be on you, making sure you feel chosen in that moment. But when she's not interested, she won't care. She laugh a little too hard at another guy's jokes, lean in close when talking to him, touch his arm during conversation, or give him that lingering eye contact all while you're standing right there. That's not an accident, that's her showing, whether consciously or not, that you're not the one she's prioritizing. Here's the truth. Women know what they're doing with attention. If she likes you, she avoid making you feel like you're competing. If shadowsent, she won't care if you see her giving another man the signal she nevergives you. And men often misread this is a challenge. They think, I just need to step up my game and outshine him. Wrong. Attraction doesn't work like a competition. If she's drawn to somebody else, trying to fight for her attentionally makes you look insecure and desperate. Picture this, you're at a party with her. Instead of spending time with you, she spends the night laughing with another guy, hanging on his every word while barely acknowledging you. Or maybe you're texting her, and while she takes hours to reply to you, she's active online, liking and commenting on other guys' posts. These aren't single quotes TCO incidences. These are signals of where her energy is going. And spoiler, it's not towards you. Here's where men go wrong. They tell themselves she's just buying friendly, or they excuse it as hurting them. But the reality is simpler. A woman who wants you will make you feel like you're the priority, not the background character. If she openly flirts with others while you're around, she's telling you exactly how little she values your attention. The bottom line, jealousy games aside, genuine interest comes with exclusive-ish energy. A woman who likes you won't risk making you feel replaced. If she's busy giving her best smiles and signals to other men in front of you, stop fooling yourself. That's not attraction. That's her proving she doesn't see you as the one. She only reaches out when she needs something. 7. She only reaches out when she needs something. One of the clearest signs a woman isn't truly interested in you is when she only contacts you on her terms, and usually when she needs a favor. She calls you when her car breaks down, when she wants advice, when she's bored and has no one else to talk to, or when she needs emotional support after another guy hurts her. But outside of that silence, she won't check in on you. She won't start conversations just to connect, and she won't make an effort unless it benefits her. This is the trap many men fall into. They mistake harrying out for interest when in reality, she's just using them as a backup plan, a safety net, or free validation. If she truly liked you, she'd want to hear from you even when she didn't need anything. She'd reach out just to talk, just to laugh, or just to spend time together. Instead, she pops up like clockwork whenever it's convenient for her and disappears the moment she gets what she wants. Picture this, you haven't heard from her in weeks. Suddenly, she texts at you, "Hey, are you free? Can you help me with something?" Or she calls you late at night, not because she wants to see you, but because she's upset over another man and knows you'll listen. And of course, you rush to respond, thinking this is your chance to get closer. Butance, the favor is done, or her mood. As lifted, she vanishes again. That's no interest. That's utility. Here's the harsh truth. If she only reaches out when she needs something, she doesn't see you as a romantic option. She sees you as a resource. And the more you accept it, the deeper you sink into that role. A woman who's genuinely into you doesn't just take, she gives. She invests in conversations, makes time for you, and wants to add value to your life. If she's only ever extracting value from you, you're not her interest. You're her backup. So, stop confusing convenience with attraction. If her messages only come when she needs a ride, advice, or emotional comfort, she's not into you. She never talks about the future with you, she's into what you can provide. 8. She never talks about the future with you. When a woman is genuinely interested, she naturally includes you in her future. Even in small ways, she say things like, "We should treat that restaurant next week," or "Maybe you could go there together sometime." It's not a proposal for marriage. It's just her way of showing she sees. You're sticking around, but when she's not interested, you'll notice the future is a forbidden subject. She avoids planning. She avoids commitment, and she keeps everything stuck in the vague maybe or we'll see category. Think about it. You bring up an idea for a trip or Revan, a simple plan for the weekend, and she dodges it. She says things like, "I'll let you know," but never follows up. Or she keeps conversations locked in the present, never imagining you two together beyond the moment you're in. That's not caution, that's disinterest. Here's where a lot of men blind themselves. They think she's just taking things slow, that she doesn't want tourish, or that she needs time to feel comfortable. But attraction doesn't work like that. When a woman genuinely likes you, she's excited to imagine things with you. It could be as small as talking about grabbing coffee tomorrow, or as big as joking about traveling together someday. When she doesn't like you, she keeps it short-term, detached, and empty. Picture this, you mention a concert coming up next month. If she likes you, she'll say, "That sounds fun. We should go." If she doesn't, she stall, orking the subject. Or worse, she'll say, "Oh, I might already be busy," without even checking her calendar. That's her way of telling you she has no intention of making space for you in her future. Here's the reality check: interest invests, disinterest avoids. A woman who likes you won't hesitate to picture you in her plans. A woman who doesn't will keep you stuck in the present because she doesn't see you lasting in her life. The longer you endure this, the longer you waste your time. If she never talks about tomorrow with you, it's because she doesn't want you there. At the end of the day, a woman who isn't interested doesn't keep it a secret. She shows you through her actions. She ignores your messages, avoids making time, gives you one-word replies, dodges intimacy, closes you off with her body language, flirts with others, only contacts you when it benefits her, and never includes you in her future. These aren't mixed signals, they're clear signs of disinterest. The worst mistake men make is ignoring them out of hope. Respect yourself enough to recognize the truth and walk away. Interest is mutual.